I've changed it already. I didn't like it. It didn't work very well. Yes guys, welcome back to the northeast of England. Back here with Norton Stockton Ancients in Grassroots to Giants, where we're currently in Tier 8 of English football. You may remember the last episode, I went for a new tactic. The first game we played it in against North Ferriby, we thumped them 5-1, which was great. You may notice a little red thing here. If we just have a look, we took on West Auckland away from home, and it was a 1-0 defeat. We did sort of outplay. We definitely outplayed them, but there were some poor performances, and I just sort of decided that I don't like the shape. I don't like not having anything in this midfield here. Yes, we saw in the highlight that these guys were dropping back and filling that space, but I just don't like it. So I said all along that my intention was to play with some inside forwards. So we've got nothing red on here now, other than maybe Harker, who, do you know what, actually, we'll just stick with an advanced forward. But yeah, this is what we're going to go with now. We're going to go with 2 wing-backs and attack ball-playing defenders. That's perfectly standard for us. Defensive midfielder, that may become a deep-line playmaker, we'll see, with a box-to-box midfielder, a Mazzala, 2 inside forwards and an advanced forward. It's something that I've used before. You may remember, if you've watched the series over in San Marino, that this is what I started out life with, is something very similar to this. It still can be tweaked, like I say, possibly a deep line playmaker. If we have a look at the analysis, you can see here that we've got some areas that we're responsible for, but if we put this onto a complete forward, which he's not entirely comfortable at playing at, this area has become slightly less red. So we may experiment with it. How good is Mr. Harker attribute wise as a complete forward? Can he play it? Yes, he can. He can play it very, very well. His vision and his long shots and his agility are possibly the two that let him down. But we're in Tier 8. We're in Tier 8. So that's what we're going to go with today. Concert in the Cup. It's another test for us in terms of tactic. Some of you are probably saying, why are you bothering changing it? Your diamond was working great. You're top of the league. Yeah, I am. It was working great. But I'm just trying to, mix it up a little bit, experiment. If I need to go back to the diamond, it's quite easy for me to change back to the diamond. Let's tell the boys we've got a little bit of faith in them. I was highly disappointed with the defeat in the last game. I'd like us to get very much back to winning ways. I'm interested to see how the 2 inside forwards work. We do have a corner in the 3rd minute though. It's swung in by Carragher, and Harker's hit the post with the header. Sangare picks up the loose one, and Azikono with the header again, which is comfortably saved by the goalkeeper. And that's an encouraging start. We've had 5 shots already inside the first 10 minutes, 6 shots. I'm interested to see how this works. These two are playing as inside forwards, but Hugvev is left-footed, Egan is right-footed. In theory, this should be the opposite feet, as Harker gets on the end of this one, and he does power the header in this time in the 19th minute for his 25th of the season. These guys should really be on their opposite feet, with them being inside forwards. But it still works this way around absolutely fine. 22nd minute, Jaros with the goal kick plays it short to Carragher, who goes long to Glover. Now Jack Egan and Harker again. Jack Egan about on the right hand side, out to Wilson, gets the ball in towards Harker. Harker with the volley, and it's hit the top of the crossbar and gone out harmlessly for a goal kick. Corner now by Hugvev in the 25th minute, swung in towards Carragher, but it's headed away nicely by Pearson. But Glover picks up the ball again, and it's Egan. Comes back to Scott. Now Sangare again, Harker, Snowden, Egan again, Glover, Hugvev, Harker. What a goal that would have been if that had gone in. Little one-touch passes on the edge of the area. And it was a great effort as well. Underside of the crossbar. Of course, one thing with these tactic experiments is, are they being tested really because we are comfortably the best team in the league? So are we really sort of like testing the tactics properly? I don't know. Orrell's given the ball straight to Scott though. Sangare, Harker again, looks out wide towards Jack Egan. Is forced a little bit wide by the pass, but he comes back to Wilson, looking to get the ball into the box. He's come back to Glover instead. Now Wilson, Glover, gets the ball in towards Harker, gets his head on the ball, and he's hit the top of the crossbar again for the second time in the game. That's 3 times he's hit the woodwork now in this game. But we are ahead. We've restricted them to 1 shot. So it's looking okay so far. This is kind of the tactic that I have always used in Football Manager. I've always used inverted wingers or inside forwards for many years now. So it's sort of like it's familiar to me. I originally changed it with Cosmos because I played it in the first season, and because we were just such a poor team, the inside forwards, they didn't actually work. Egan is broke through now, and Egan gets his 4th goal of the season. Great assist by Dylan Hoogworth. The first season over in San Marino, Cosmos was such a poor team, and somehow we managed to get them finish top of the league and make it to the playoff final there. But that was only after I switched to the diamond. The first half of the season was very, very poor playing with the inside forwards, so I sort of changed my mentality. I went with the diamond, and because it works so well over there, I used it over here as well in the Norton save. But inside forwards is something that I have always used. Harker advancing down the right hand side. Has he got any support? He has got Hoogworth in the middle, but it's a good save by the goalkeeper, who distributes it extremely quickly. Right, approaching the final 10 minutes now, and I was just about to say nothing much has happened, and then we go and get a highlight. It's Eastmond with the effort from range. Scott wins the header though, but Eastmond again, back to Snowden. Eastmond, Snowden, out wide to Wilson, popping up on the left hand side for some reason. Eastmond again, Snowden, Scott, Wilson with the ball into the box. It's headed clear by Lucas Gamblin, our former man. Spencer picks up the ball though. It's out wide to Egan, the captain's armband on. Finds Spencer again, looking for Jack Egan, but it's a poor pass. But Holden hoofs it clear. Greenwood makes the challenge, but it's only as far as Tikicchio. He's advancing down the left hand side, cuts back onto his right foot. Great ball on towards Williamson, but it's headed clear by Asiakono. And now Swales does get the ball into the box again, and Dale Pearson has pulled one back for Concert with 10 minutes left to go to make it a nervy finish. A good defensive header there by Asiakono. We've brought Greenwood on for Carragher for a little bit of a rest, and Greenwood's the one who's lost the header there. We made a triple change. We brought Spencer on, Greenwood and Eastmond. It's a good header there, clear by Asiakono. He wins everything in the air, and it's Lucas Gamblin, our former man again. And Del Pearson, he's given offside, but that was we almost threw away our 2-goal lead there in the space of 5 minutes. As it happens, we are still holding on to the 1-goal advantage coming in towards the end of stoppage time now, and we have got the full-time whistle, and we have advanced in the cup. Good performance. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. As I say, this is my go-to tactic in Football Manager. Always has been for many years. But we have advanced in the cup, which is fantastic. I imagine it's not worth a lot of money. We'll just give Parker a little bit of praise. Never hurts to praise the players. When are we going to get the draw for the next round of the cup? Let's have a quick look. I want to be over here, don't I? Quarterfinal is drawn on the 25th. So let's quickly click forward a little bit. We'll see who we're going to get. We're also going to then decide what we're doing for the second half of the episode. We do lose Vitek soon. He joins Chinek back in his native Czech Republic. Just wait for the game to load. And there we go. Right guys, here we are then. We have got the draw. 8 teams remaining. We'll stick it on the old automatic draw. See who we come up against. First out the hat is Stockton Town. They're going to be taking on Gainsborough Trinity. Then Belper Town taking on Colne. Macclesfield. We get Macclesfield, who are the division above us. I think this is the Phoenix Club of Macclesfield. They are currently sat 12th in the division above us. I do believe it is the Phoenix Club. They've picked up a few honours in their time. We'll just quickly click forward again, see when the game's going to be. It is before, what did I say we were going to do? Did I say Cleethorpes or Pickering? I can't remember. We'll do Macclesfield though. I've got 5 games to play through. And we'll come back for the second half of the episode and we'll take on Macclesfield in the Cup quarter-final. Right guys, welcome back to the second half of the episode where we are now today taking on Macclesfield in the Northern Premier League Challenge Cup quarter-final. We've had those few games since you were last with us. Last time you were with us was the concert game. We took on Tadcaster Albion, comfortable 2-0 win, Eastman and Gale grabbing the goals. Belper Town was a narrow 1-0 win with Dylan Hugweth getting the goal in the 86th minute. We then took on Newark, who are actually down near the bottom of the league, and it was a 3-1 win again. Hugweth with the double and Sinagre getting on the score sheet. So Sam Greenwood did pick up an injury in that game, and he is actually still injured. I believe he's out for another 10 days to 3 weeks with a twisted ankle. So we are without Sam Greenwood. Then disappointingly, another draw this season. Dylan Hugweth scored the only goal of the game for Norton. Then most recently we took on Frickley, again another team down near the bottom of the table in 13th, about mid-table, but a nice 3-0 win there. Eastman, Gale and Egan getting the goals for us. Where that leaves us in the league table is currently 17 points clear at the top still with 9 games remaining. I'm actually surprised that we haven't qualified for the playoffs yet. Obviously I can't be bothered to work that maths out at this precise moment. It's very, very hot in the UK at the minute, and brain functions are extra work. But yeah, we're taking on Macclesfield today. We are the slight favourites for the game. Of course, Macclesfield are the division above us. We have made 1 new signing since you were last with us. We've brought in Devante Rodney to play as an inside forward on the left-hand side. He is right-footed. He's got some okay attributes. He's not the greatest. Before I signed him, he was actually showing up as inconsistent up here as well. But we are, once again, that stage of the season where we are running short of players. So we're going to put Rodney on the bench. We have been playing Spencer as the inside forward on the left-hand side. Of course, it's not a position which he is familiar with. He's also not the greatest in that position. But we're going to stick with him for now. He has had a dip in form because of that. You can see here he's got 1 silver star, so he's not exactly great in that position. Sean Wilson is going to have to play left back today. We do actually have an injury to... no, we don't. Josh Scott can play. No, we can't. Josh Scott's suspended. I knew there was a reason why Wilson was playing there. Scott is currently suspended. So Salmon, Carragher, Aziakono and Wilson, as Yaros keeps his place in goal. Joe Snowden's going to come in as the defensive midfielder. We're then going Edwards and Glover with Spencer, Hugweth and Harker up front. We'll get Sinagre. No, Sinagre is suspended as well. So that's why Sinagre is not playing. Or Sangare, sorry. I did say I would probably say Sinagre. It's just the way it comes out in my head. But yeah, Macclesfield Town. Right, just turning my my fan off I've got in the room there. I'm conscious of it being audible in the recording, which is obviously something I don't want. I'll suffer the heat for you guys for 10 minutes while I record this game. Edwards now to Aziakono, and now it's Spencer. Edwards goes out wide towards Sean Wilson. Cuts back on his right foot. The shot hits Spencer, and Spencer is actually given offside because of that. It was a great play there by Sean Wilson to cut back in on to his favourite right foot. Of course, playing out of position. But again, we are coming forward with the ball. It's Snowden now. Edwards. He finds Rob Harker out wide to the left towards Spencer. That's a good tackle by Walker though, but Wilson's there to pick up the pieces. again looking to cut back onto that right foot. He goes deep towards Hugworth, brings it down on his chest, pulls it back for Glover, and it's a great block by the defender. But the ball has actually managed to end up back with Rob Harker, who slotted the ball in for his 26th goal of the season. A little bit of a calamity at the back there for Macclesfield. It's a great play by Wilson, cuts back. Hugworth brings the ball down really, really well. Pulls it back to Glover. But Hugworth there alive to the situation. Again, pulls it back for Rob Harker. Let's not concede straight away though, boys. Let's take advantage of this lead that we've picked up and not let Macclesfield back into the game. It's Best and Reeves. Best again for Macclesfield. Rasulo looking to feed Ellington. Ellington's going to get there. It's a deflected shot. It's gone in off Carragher, I believe. And we have let them straight back into it straight away. It's great pass and play by Macclesfield. Great weighted through ball to Ellington, who looks for the pullback, but it's come off James Carragher. I nearly said Jamie Carragher there. It's come off James Carragher, and it has actually found its way into the back of the net. And we're all square without Macclesfield having a shot on target. Billy Reeves picks up the yellow card for Macclesfield, and it is going to be a free kick taken by Hugworth towards Spencer. It's down to Snowden. He's got Carragher outside of him. Carragher with a curling effort from the edge of the box, and it's a great finish from the central defender. Absolutely fantastic finish. And Carragher puts Norton back in the lead of the game. Great free kick by Hugworth. Spencer nods it down really well. Joe Snowden keeps the ball alive, finds Carragher on the edge of the area, and it's a first time curling effort into the bottom corner. Absolutely fantastic finish for a centre half, and we've put ourselves back in the lead with half an hour on the clock, which is great. Right, coming into half time now. Nothing else has happened in this half. We have got our assistant pestering us that Azir Kono has given everything that he's got, and you know, I would probably agree. He's really, really tired. We've played a lot of football this season. I'm going to bring Lewis Coyne on, something of a forgotten man for us. Has only played a total of 4 games for us this season, but you can see in terms of centre backs, he's actually way down the pecking order now in terms of his ability. Doesn't like big matches, isn't consistent, is requested to leave as well. But needs must, you know. Yannick really, really needs a rest, not a west. Like I say, we've played so much football this season. It's unbelievable with the FA Cup run that we've had. Now we're running this cup, which looks like it's going to continue. Obviously, there's the league as well, which we're doing really well in. I'm really pleased about that. But Rasulo now for Macclesfield to Walker, the right back. Now it's Reeves on that yellow card. Reeves under pressure there, but he does find Wilson. Finds Best in the centre of midfield, looking out wide towards Ellington. Best again, back to Wilson. We forced them back a little bit here. Wilson's had to go long. It's towards Ray, and now Ellington is through. Jaros doesn't need to stand big because it's a poor finish there by Ellington. A little bit of a let off there. They got in behind us a little bit too easily. Any other tired legs? Yes, we've got Edwards who's tired. Spencer's not had the best of game, so let's get Rodney on for his debut. In terms of centre midfield, we've got Tremaine Eastwood. I keep saying Eastwood. Am I thinking of Clint? Tremaine Clint Eastwood. Tremaine Eastmond onto the pitch. So we've made all of our substitutions now. Let's see how Rodney performs. We have to unpause the game as well for anything to actually happen. That would be a good start. Let's see how Rodney performs. Of course, brought in as a regular starter over Spencer. It's a good ball into the box there, and Harker's head has just gone over the bar. With about 10 minutes left to hold on to the team a division above us, it's looking really, really good for Norton so far. Jaros with a goal kick to Carragher. Carragher bringing the ball out of defence. He finds Coyne instead. Coyne looking to Wilson on the left-hand side. He's got Rodney ahead of him. Rodney receives the ball. Now Rob Harker finds Wilson again. Wilson with it, crossed with his weaker foot. It's to Dylan Hugworth. Cuts it back for Tremaine Eastman, but it's off the bottom of the post there. And the defender has just hoofed it out for a corner for Norton, which is going to be swung in by Dylan Hugworth towards Carragher at that near post, but it's a good header away. Now Walker looking to counter for Macclesfield. He's got Ray ahead of him. He's been forced out wide, but he does pull it back. But Hugworth tracked back really, really well there to cut out the counter-attack. We are on the attack again, though, with Wilson on the left-hand side
throw in to Snowden. Now Wilson gets the ball into the box. It's towards Hugworth. He's nodded down. It's clattered off the defender by the looks of it, and Hugworth's there for the second ball, and he hammers it into basically the empty net from about a yard away. And now that surely is Norton making the semi-final of yet another cup competition. It actually looked like Harker played it back to Hugworth there. It'd be interesting to see if Harker's actually picked an assist for that. He has indeed. So it was a header by Hugworth down to Harker. Harker's give it straight back to Hugworth. And we're through into the semi-final. A comfortable win there against the Phoenix Club in Macclesfield. Very, very inspiring performance. We've had a couple of poor performances in the league lately, which has been a little bit disappointing. We actually scored all 4 goals in that game, though. The other 2 games that were being played both went to penalties. We've made it to the next round. Fantastic. Hugworth, fantastic again. Rodney makes his debut. Let's just have a quick look and see when the draw is. It's in 2 days' time. So I'm going to click forward a couple of times. I'll get us to that draw. We'll have a look, see who we get, and then we'll decide what we're going to do in the next episode when the cup game actually is. I would like to take on Cleethorpes. I'd like to get us on camera winning the league, because I missed it last season. Because the game didn't actually prompt me as to it was a possibility that we could win the league. Let's keep quickly clicking forward, though. I want to get to this cup draw. It's currently tomorrow. We are on the 20th. It's a leap year by the looks of it, 29th of February. So note that down in your diaries, guys. 2024 is a leap year. So all of those who were born on a leap year on the 29th of February, you've actually got a birthday coming up in a couple of years. Oh, just quickly in between while I'm clicking forward, Wealdstone have offered me the job. Wealdstone are in the Vanarama National League South, so a couple of divisions above us, but we're not going to take that, are we? We are not going to take that. They are actually Vanarama National League champions in 1985. So they have had Football League experience before in the past. But we're a one-city club. So, sorry, a one-club man. This is a one-club save. So we're going to decline that. And we'll keep clicking forward. It's today the draw. We're not going to answer your question, mate. Here is the draw for the semi-final. 4 teams left in it. Colne, Mossley and Stockton Town. We'll stick it on automatic. Stockton Town's the team we want here. We thumped them 7-1 last time we played them. It's going to be Mossley against Colne, and we have been drawn against Stockton Town. We are away from home as well, so that is a very, very winnable game. The game is going to take place on the 13th of March, so it's not too far away. In fact, it's going to be the first game of the next episode. We will have our semi-final, and we'll then take on Cleethorpes, and then we'll wrap up the season, the episode after that, with possibly a cup final, and then the season review. As always, though, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed what you've seen, please remember to hit that like button. It helps me out massively. I've been Dean, and I'll catch you all next time.